Welcome everybody to the jayewellness studio. I'm going to go over 4 jaw exercises that are going to really help you feel much better. Now let's face it, a lot of you are struggling right now. You're hearing the crackling sounds, the muffling sounds. Tinnitus is on the rise, or tinnitus, however which way you prefer to pronounce it. I always say tinnitus. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the jaw and how completely prevalent it is when it comes to this situation. I'm going to follow along here in the Heal Eustachian Tube book. I'm going to go through the book and I'm going to do all 4 of the jaw exercises and massages that are going to hopefully help you feel better, because I wanted to outline that in this book. And then just what better way is to outline it with all of you here today and just give you kind of like a breakdown of some of the things I did when I was going through this condition. I'm going to tell you right now, it was a rough patch. 2016 and even after that, it was just stricken by this nonsense of a condition. I mean, it was just really one of the most mysterious and very untalked about conditions I've ever had in my entire life. And I've had a lot of things come my way, a lot of little diagnoses that have come my way that were not fun, but manageable, and not as mysterious as this condition of ETD and tinnitus. Some of you pulsatile tinnitus. And so today I wanted to come on, not really a scheduled day, but I wanted to come on today because I just kind of was going through my book here, doing a little bit of book promotion here. And I thought what better way is to just outline some massages that I placed in this book and just go over it with you step by step, massage technique by technique, and just let you know how these things, I outlined it in the book, but I would like to kind of use this video to kind of go over it and actually talk about each and every one of these in the book. So I hope a lot of you are doing the best you can to stay, stay present in this moment. I mean, it's very hard. I can honestly say that, this wouldn't drive me if it didn't have a place in my heart, because, I want to say that some people have a problem with something and they get through it and they move on. For me, it was personal, because the reason why I would say this condition was so personal to me and to why I still hold on to it dearly and why I still try to help others so passionately to this very day and where we are presently right now is primarily because of the fact that I didn't have the tools and resources that I felt like I needed. So I can't expect any of you dealing with this to have the tools and resources that you need and as well. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. And so that kind of fuels me and drives me to step out and be an advocate for these conditions. I mean, I always say Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, and this book is titled Healing Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. But let's be honest, this book, this condition is far greater than just Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. I mean, I could have put healing tinnitus as well. Tinnitus is on the rise. Tinnitus has been on the rise. It's becoming something you hear a lot of people talk about. It used to be where you would hear a lot of people have tinnitus when they, little, elderly people a little higher in age would have tinnitus, but you're finding, and a lot of you are finding, that tinnitus is all over the board with many ages and many groups. It's becoming a very, very crippling condition for many people, not just the elderly or the 40 and over. It's coming down the pipe. It's coming down to the 20 and up too. And so tinnitus is not something, or tinnitus is not something that's going away. Right now, at least, it's not. And so it's really important to come and talk about all of this stuff, because, I spend a lot of time advocating for all of these conditions, but it's just the resources are just not there. So I didn't want to go too far left field in this video. I wanted to kind of jump into the massage and jaw techniques. I don't want to keep you all waiting. I don't like to draw out the video and then at the very last minute leave you with a minute left of something that I told you I was going to do right now. So I want to go, if you have the book, either in a digital copy or you purchase the paperback, you can follow along. If not, definitely follow along with the video. And in this book, let's go into chapter. So there's a lot of stretching, but right here we're going to go into the 4 exercises of the jaw. So basically, these are going to help with the masseter muscle. And so the masseter muscle and the lateral pterygoid muscle, I'll have a video coming out. I have a video coming out this week that talks about, well, I don't get too much into the masseter. I've always talked about the masseter muscle, but there is the suboccipital muscles that I'll, you don't see them here, but I have a video coming out this Thursday, I believe. Yeah, this Thursday, that's going to talk about these suboccipital muscles and how that can play a role in your recovery rate and how well you heal as well. So let's go on to the first exercise. And this one is, I talked about it a little bit. There's 2 exercises here, but the one I want to focus on right now is the tongue to the upper mouth technique. And I talked about this in the video last week, but I thought I'd show you in the book. And I go over all of these in detail, and I tell you how it's going to help you and why you should do it. But I wanted to talk about it in the video. So I thought, okay, the first step here is let's do the tongue to the upper roof of your mouth technique. Basically what this does is when you elevate your tongue to the upper portion of your roof of your mouth, and you let go of the tension in your jaw, you're telling your jaw, I basically surrender all the tension, because you're going to go take your tongue, rest it at the top of your roof of your mouth, and then let your jaw just drop down. Now, obviously, I can't do that and talk to you, so you want to go ahead and give yourself at least a couple minutes. Put the tongue at the roof of the mouth and drop the jaw. This basically is a sure way to know that your jaw is actually resting, and not you just saying, okay, I'll rest it, but you're putting tension still in it by just thinking about it. So by putting your tongue in the roof of your mouth and dropping your jaw, you're actually relaxing your jaw muscles. It's been proven, and it's something that you can do wherever you are, in a car ride, boarding the plane, during a plane ride, wherever you walking to school, walking around the block, walking your dog, whatever it is you're going to do. Go ahead and try doing that. And I would just hold it there for at least 30 seconds. I might have even put it on here. Let's see. Yeah. So I say here 5 to 10 seconds, but however long you can hold it there. I usually do 30 seconds now when I really have had a long day at work, working on the computer and doing my editing or preparing for a coaching session. I just sit there for 30 seconds sometimes, and I just drop my jaw. So 5 to 10 seconds to try it out, 30 seconds if you got it mastered, and hopefully after doing that consistently. Now, don't expect to do this and like right away say, okay, I don't feel any different. It's like working out and you don't see your 6-pack yet, your 4-pack yet. You got to give your body time to adapt. Got to get into the routine. It takes time. Our body is like anything else. It doesn't work like this. And some of us, especially this generation, I hate to say it, but some of us are conditioned. We're conditioned by microwave, instant, add hot water things in life, drive through. We want everything like that. And anything good, anything with longevity, anything that's going to be sustainable, it's always going to take a little bit of time. Think about it, anything that's quick. Most of the time, there were steps that could have been applied that might be beneficial to make it better. So just remember that. So whatever you've gotten quick, just know that there were probably some pieces in between that with a little bit more time, it probably could have been better. Could have been more sufficient. Could have been more detailed. Could have been more manageable. So. All right, let's move along here. Next one is, you saw a little bit earlier, but we're going to take a pencil or a pen or something that you have nearby. I think in here, I say paintbrush. I actually, at the time when I wrote this book, I was actually overseas, and I happened to see a paintbrush. I said, you know what? That'll work too. So I threw it in the book. So that's why you see that in the book. If you have it, I say paintbrush. You can use a paintbrush. One of the more like thinner paintbrushes, not like one of the big giant ones, but just like a thin paintbrush or pencil. And I brought one here. from downstairs. I'm at the studio here, and I had to snag someone's pencil. So you take the pencil and you basically now I instantaneously I feel my TMJ joints just completely release. You should release you should feel this one should be pretty quickly. You should notice some changes really quickly. When you take that pencil, you should feel it releasing here pretty fast. You'll start feeling the tension just start to melt away. Now, if you hold that one there, let's say here about 20 seconds, I'm trying not to misquote my own book. You want to hold that there for about 20 seconds. And doing that consistently, again, remember, folks, the key of anything good and anything anything that's going to flourish you is going to be with consistency. I don't know anything that you can do one time and it stays that way forever, other than not trying to do something. And even then, you got to make some kind of intent, you got to put intention to things. So I really want all of you to try this. It's very easy. Everyone has a pencil at home or wherever you are. Grab a pencil, and you'll see how it releases some of that tension. So let's move on to the third one here. Now, the third one, I've talked about this a little bit, is, let's see if you can see it here good. We're on this one right here. This one is basically, you're going to push on your jaw. So you're going to put a little pressure here. We're going to place either our index finger or pointy finger, and we're going to basically open our mouth. As you see here on the book, you're going to open your mouth, and you're going to apply some pressure, pretty firm pressure. What that does is if there's some alignment issues, obviously this video is not to correct any long-term or any severe TMJ problems you have with your jaw. This is to help you with minor things you might be going through that are fixable at home or if you're at work or wherever you are. These are things to help you get by. So if you have anything real bad, you need to either go see a dentist or someone specialized with in oral surgery. Possibly, hopefully you don't need oral surgery, but a professional that specializes in that area. So man, I had a tongue twister right there. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. Basically what this does is not only are we positioning the jaw joints and the jaw muscles and the jaw structure, we're also strengthening that muscle. So for the future, we don't have this reoccur. So when you open the mouth, and it's almost like chin tucks. Now, some of you probably have done chin tucks in the past. If you've been to any physical therapist or any chiropractor, hopefully the chiropractor will tell you about these. Chin tucks are extremely pivotal in good posture. So if you have poor posture and you're slouching down a lot, chin tucks are going to help you with that. So like basically what you do, and I'll demonstrate chin tucks with you here, but basically you want to have a nice upright body, and you want to place your finger, and you want to basically, you're pushing the chin to down here to where not necessarily touching your chest, but you want to go in that direction. And you know, I always say, if you have any pain, of course you want to be careful with that, but that chin tucks are going to help a lot. I already feel it. I mean, I was going very lightly right now because I haven't done chin tucks. I don't do chin tucks very often as I should, but chin tucks are very helpful for you. I used to do them all the time when I was really bad. And then the next one here is this one is going to be good. It's similar to the one we just did, but this one is basically kind of, it's like a beefed up version of this one here. It's basically, we're just using our thumb, and we're just kind of like, it's kind of like doing chin tucks, but also we're strengthening the jaw. That's the biggest thing here. These are more jaw strengthening exercises, and the exercises before that are more relaxation. So that's kind of how I wanted to structure the two separate sections, is that I want to give you two relaxation techniques, and 2 strengthening techniques, because if you can strengthen something, you can improve something. You can improve whatever it is. If you strengthen your core, you can improve your posture. If you strengthen your neck, you can improve your mobility, your breathing. You can just improve so many things when you strengthen it. You can relax it, and if you strengthen it now, it will relax later much better. So this one is more just kind of like placing a little bit of firmness down here on your jaw, and as you drop your jaw, kind of pushing up here on the chin, and just doing a technique where you kind of go up and down. That's going to help with strengthening the jawline, making sure if there's any alignment issues, that of course, if you don't, hopefully you don't have any pain, but if you don't, you can do those. It'll strengthen the jaw, and it'll help you find some relief that way in time. Not something that's going to be right away, of course. I just always want to throw that out there, because I know a lot of you are it's not that you're impatient. It's just more you're feeling very, very lonesome, and you're feeling very desperate to get rid of this thing. I know, I've been there. Don't ever never apologize for feeling rushed with this, because it makes you feel rushed. You feel like you need to make immediate changes and immediate actions. I've purchased enough vitamins and supplements to give everyone in the state a vitamin each day. It was that bad. It was really that bad. I had my medicine cabinet was spilling over the top with medicines, and mostly vitamins, not a lot of medicine, but medicines, basically just like your ibuprofens, your Tylenol. But then the vitamins were just full of it. I mean, that cabinet was bursting. I would open the cabinet door, the cabinet drawer, and all the vitamins just start falling out. It was so bad. And that was simply because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know if I needed this, I needed that. And so you begin to start buying a lot of stuff. And you kind of feel like a hypochondriac, like you need all of these things, and you don't know what to treat because you feel bad everywhere. Someone asks you what's bothering you. My nose, my ear, my balance, my nose, my ear. You don't even know what to say. And then when you say I have Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, then they're really gonna be confused. So I hope all of you find some good techniques. I hope you found this video very beneficial for you. All of this is in this book. This book I carry this book around with me everywhere, because it got to the point where people come to me or message me or call me, and they ask, what did you do to get rid of it? And I always have to give everybody a different answer, because there was a lot of things I did. And that's why I created this book. I created this book because I was so overwhelmed with all the things that I've done and tried, that I needed something. I needed a way to get out every little thing I've done, even the smallest of things that I've done. And I needed a way to get it all on paper, so I can refer people to say, hey, go read this book, because you may just be you may buy this book and you may say, I did that. You may basically use this book to just process of eliminate. That may basically be just your objective. Your objective may be simply just the process of eliminate. And process of eliminating is over half the difficulty when it comes to Eustachian Tube Dysfunction and tinnitus. It's very difficult because you don't want to waste time trying things you've already tried, and you don't want to waste time doing things that won't do any justice for you. So you tend to basically need something that you want to see what's been done, what hasn't been done for someone else, to know, okay, well, it's not necessarily saying that, okay, if it didn't work for them, it's not going to work for me. It's basically just saying, okay, let me scratch my head. I haven't tried that one yet. Let me try that one. And I guarantee eventually you're going to, instead of putting an X in the box, you're going to put a check mark. And then that might actually be the missing link to what you need to get over it. And that's what I had to do. Basically, I had to turn over 100 stones to find that one stone that had my pot of, my little treasure, my little gold coin under all these stones. And sometimes you have to turn all of them over. You might not get lucky, you turn 1 over, 2 over, 5 over, 10 over. You got to turn all 100 of them over until you find the gold coin that matches what's good, what's going to work for you. And that link between you and healing is one little specimen away. And you could be that very much closer to finding that link to heal you from what you're dealing with when it comes to ETD and tinnitus and all the other conditions that that amount to making these worse. And that is what I had to do. It took me 3 years to turn 100 stones. And so this book might just be a reference guide to what not to do for yourself. This is not the blueprint. This may not be the blueprint for everything you need. This may be this may be the schedule of things that you don't want to do or that you've already done, that you can now look at this book and say, wait a minute, oh, I haven't tried that yet. Let me try that. So that's what the purpose of this book was. That's why I call it my journal book, because it's more like a journal of things that I've done. I actually outlined the things that didn't work in this book, and I outlined the things. So I would like all of you to read this book, look at the things that I said that wouldn't work for me. And I actually would be very happy if you found in the things that didn't work for me, something that might work for you. So that's why I completely categorize this book in a way where I said the things that didn't work. I have like half the book is what didn't work, half the book is what did work. And so I would like my passion, my desire, my happiness would be, even if you told me I tried something in there of something you said didn't work for you, but it actually worked for me. That would be my dream, to even hear you say that. So this book is not for you to find one missing piece. It's for you to see a lot of missing pieces, and hopefully one of those pieces may connect your puzzle. And that once you do connect it, you actually find the healing that you've been looking for so long. So I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, please take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content as often as possible. But in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jayewellness studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we are here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody. See you in the next video.